Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Virgin to Me. I am Samantha with Fabulous Adventures Travel Company, and we're back. I'm very excited to be back. Actually, when I say we're, it's just me this time. Holy crap. I'm all by myself, which is so sad. But I am by myself today, this week, because we're just going to talk about Rockstar. And I love Rockstar. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite ways to travel or sail on Vivi. I say this all the time that it's like the best thing ever. Once you go Rockstar, you never go back. I say that constantly. And it sucks when I'm not Rockstar. I will say that because I do miss it. But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the difference between Mega and regular Rockstar and talk about my experiences. And we did a podcast, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago, sometime earlier this summer with Rosa, who is a Rockstar agent. So she's not a Mega. I'm still working on the Mega. I can't get my favorite one. I've been begging him every single time I'm on board. I keep saying to Matthew, please do this with me. And he like kind of goes back and forth of like, yeah, I'll do it. No, I can't do it. I'm too shy. Yeah, I can do it. I swear. No, I can't do it. I'm too shy. So anyways, he's given me pretty much a no, and I've cut him out at this point for this. And we might be interviewing someone else. I think we're getting Alex soon. So we need to set that up and get that going because Alex is great as well. I've actually never had him as a Mega Rockstar agent, but Kelly has. And it was quite interesting because we gave him quite a hard time. So it was over when we were over in the Caribbean, or it's always the Caribbean. I shouldn't say always, but when we were over in Southern Caribbean, we had him as our Mega Rockstar agent, and he is what's the best word to explain him? By the book and very much, just like very super butler, just like, he'll stand there with his hands folded or crossed or behind his back and he'll ask you what you want and he'll get everything that you need. And then that's what he does. But like, Kelly and I like to chat with people and whatnot. So we gave him quite the hard time. He actually wasn't mine. He was Kelly and her husband. So, but he had to deal with me because, I'm always up there. So that's, whenever our friends are Mega Rockstar, they have to deal with the other people and vice versa. So it's funny, when I had Matthew the first time as my Mega Rockstar agent, this was in, where did we have Matthew? On Ibiza. So it was French Days and Ibiza Nights. And we had him there, and Kelly was always in our room. So she was like the honorary member of the cabin, and so he was great to Kelly too. So that's what happens when you're Mega Rockstar. So for now, let's talk about Rockstar. I've sailed Rockstar almost all of the categories. I'm trying to go through in my brain except for Suite Aft Suite. So I will tell you that Suite Aft Suite is not my idea of a suite, but people love it. I've said this a million times before. I'm sure everyone that's listened to me and follows me has heard me say this, but I don't love the Suite Aft Suite. Sorry, Virgin. Only because I think the room is kind of small. But the reason why people love it is that back terrace is huge, and it's the middle one. So the Suite Aft Suite is the middle of the three in the back. So there's always three in the back, and it's the middle one. And so it just has this really long terrace, basically. And then the two sides are the cheeky corners, obviously, because it's a corner. And that one wraps around. So that balcony or that terrace wraps around in the cheeky corners. And then it goes up on every level. So each level, there's no aft cabins whatsoever. So a lot of clients will ask me, they'll say, can I have the aft cabin? I'm like, oh, there is none. It's just a suite. So do you want to buy a suite? So just so you know, no aft cabins, only suites in the back. There's aft cabins obviously on the sides of it, but nothing in the back that overlooks the wake. So so that's the Suite Aft Suite that I don't necessarily love, but people love it. So it goes fast. There's only one on each floor. So what is that? Like 7, not doing the math very well, but no, 7, 15, 4, I think there's 6 of them. I hope I did that right. There's only one on each floor, like I said, so they actually sell fast, super fast. And then there's the two cheeky corners on either side. So I've been in every Rockstar suite except for the Suite Aft Suite. So I've done the cheeky corner. When I did it, it was on the 8th floor. And I didn't love that location. I will tell you that, because it's right above the wake. And you can hear literally everything. You can hear people's conversations because that's how close you are. So, you don't want the people up there listening to your conversation. Or if it's something very private, I wouldn't do it right there. But it's definitely, I also wouldn't go out in your birthday suit right there because you could totally see everything. That's the one thing I don't like about that deck 8. But while I didn't like that part of the location where it is right above the dock. Did I just say the wake? I might have just said the wake. I meant the dock if I said the wake. It's right above the dock, which is that bar and eatery that's outside. I loved being able to get to my room there. So it was so cool to go from deck 7 and just walk up the stairs and bloop, and those back aft stairs, just walk right up and there you are, your room's right there. So that was really nice. No dealing with elevators. You're just bloop, 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 down, unless you're going obviously the galley. But those elevators are great because no one hardly ever uses them. So, and it'll take you straight up to the galley, which is really cool. So you just get on those elevators, go straight up to galley, and you're there. And then just walk across to the pool. But yeah, so I've done Cheeky Corner, like I said, I did on the 8th floor. But I would say all the other decks would be great. And then I've done Seriously Sweet a bazillion times. I love the Seriously Sweet. I say that all the time. It's one of my favorite suites. It's more like a junior suite, but the location is phenomenal. It's on my favorite deck, which is deck 12. It's midship. It's amazing. The location's great. So I love the Seriously Sweet. There's actually tons of them. So they're on either side on deck 12. So there's a lot of Seriously Sweets. So your chances of getting a suite are better with Seriously Sweet because of the fact that there's a lot, but they tend to go fast because they're the cheapest ones. So they're the lead-in Rockstar rate, which is that Seriously Sweet, like I said. And let me say it slower one more time because I'm saying it so fast. You're probably like, what's she saying? Seriously Sweet. So that is the lead-in Rockstar rate, and the location's phenomenal. Deck 12, midship. So if you're worried about movement and you still want a suite, that is the suite that you want because it is the only one that's midship and in a really midship area, basically. Because the next one I'm about to tell you is the Brilliant Suite. And the Brilliant is deck 14, which is right under the pool. It can also be midship-ish, which I think they are a bit midship-ish, like that word, midship-ish. And but they're deck 14. So that's why I don't love them. I've actually sailed in the Brilliant. I will tell you, I was a little nervous about sailing in it because of deck 14. They don't sell very well. So if you want a Brilliant Suite, and you don't want to be mega, but you want the size of a mega, the Brilliant Suite is the same size, well, not the same size, it's a little smaller than the Gorgeous Suite. It just doesn't come with the same amenities, okay? But the suite is huge. It's really, really nice size. It's very, very nice. I love it. It's just the location. So that's why they don't sell as well, those Brilliant Suites, because they're right under the pool deck. So you'll hear movement in the morning. You'll hear chairs scraping the floors up there. I will tell you, like I said, I started that comment a minute ago. It's not bad. I have to be honest. Like, I thought I was going to hate it. I'm not a morning person, but I do get up and work out in the morning. I get up about 7 a.m. unless I partied a little too hard. And even still, sometimes I get up at 7 a.m. Even when I party, just move a little slower. But I will tell you, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Did I hear chairs? Yes. Did I hear like massive scraping? No. So I didn't think it was that bad. So I don't poo-poo it anymore. I used to poo-poo it all the time. I don't do it anymore. So, but I think it's getting a bad rap. So the pricing right now goes like Seriously Sweet, Brilliant Suite, then Cheekies and Afts. So the Brilliant Suite used to be the top, used to be the highest price. It's not anymore because I don't think they're selling as well because of their location. I got to be honest, the design, I feel bad. I mean, the rest of the design of the ship was great, but putting the Brilliant Suite right there was probably not the smartest decision. And I don't know why they decided that. I'm sure there's some mechanical engineering something or other. I have no idea, but for guest experience, it's not the greatest location, which is why they haven't sold very well. They're like the last to go, really. But again, great suite. I love it. I love the space in it. I sailed in it. Like I said, the terrace isn't as big as the Gorgeous Suite. So the Gorgeous Suite will have a bigger terrace, but the size of the room is the same. So what's in it, the amenities in it are the same as the Gorgeous Suite, which the Gorgeous Suite is the lead-in Mega Rockstar. So we just discussed the Rockstar suites. We're now going to discuss Mega Rockstar suites. So those Mega Rockstar suites start with the Gorgeous suite, like I said, and then the Fab, the Posh, and the Massive suite. And actually, I think I might have right here. I do. So I said that backwards, so my apologies. So the Gorgeous suite is 570 square feet. And the Posh suite is 833 square feet. The Fab suite is 950 square feet. And the Massive suite is 2147 square feet. So I wanted to kind of go over that sizing. And the Brilliant suite is 482. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with it's missing about 100-ish square feet. Has to do with the terrace would be my guess. And maybe a little extra space somewhere along the line in that cabin. But those are the sizes of the Mega Rockstar. Now, Mega Rockstar is what I was talking about when it comes with the butler and, like not a butler, I shouldn't call it that, geez Louise, a roadie. But it's like a butler is what I wanted to say. So that Mega Rockstar comes with a bit more perks than the regular Rockstar. So I do want to talk about the Rockstar perks while we're talking about the suites. So I have actually stayed in the Mega Rockstar. I've stayed in the Gorgeous suite and the Fab suite, which I think the Fab suite was awesome. I loved the Fab suite. The Posh suite is just a little bit smaller than the Fab suite. And then soon I will be able to say I've stayed in the Massive suite. I probably should have waited and done this after I'd stayed in the Massive suite. Maybe we'll do an addendum. Do you do an addendum to videos? Is that something? No? No addendum to videos. She's looking at me like, no. Once we finish this, we're not adding anything else. So maybe we just do a whole thing on the Massive suite. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very excited about staying in the Massive. That's happening in a month from now. That will be my first time and hopefully not my last. So back to Mega Rockstar. The Gorgeous suite, like I said, is like the Brilliant. It's got a really cool couch and a table area. It's got the bed, the gorgeous bathroom, and the really, really nice oversized terrace, I would say. I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's an oversized terrace. Now, the Posh suite is like the Fab suite, but the Fab suite just had this little alcove that's kind of makes it a little bit bigger, which is kind of funny. But it's like this little extra, I don't know, they put a chair in there. And we actually use that chair many, many times. But I love both the Fab and the Posh. They're very, 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 very similar. Just a tiny bit off. So the square footage on there to 833 to 950. Again, I'll say that one more time, 833 to 950. So the Fab suite we loved. We had 88 people in there at one point. So I will tell you, the thing is huge. It has this massive couch with a table. It had a guitar with an amp. It also had a PlayStation or sorts. I don't play that stuff, so I don't know if it was exactly a PlayStation, but it was like a PlayStation. And then it didn't have a separate bedroom, meaning a door or anything. It was the wall was here and then you go around and the bedroom's there. So anyone could you could run in circles without being stopped. There's nothing to stop you. If you wanted to run in circles, run around the bed, back to the couch, bed, couch, bed, couch. That's kind of how it's almost like a circle. They should have put it on a turntable and that would have been really cool and very cheeky and very virgin. It would have been like a what is it? Like a record player, and the thing just turned around. I feel like they had those things in the 70s. You're probably wondering who I'm looking at. I'm looking at my team that's back there being very silent working. I feel like they had beds like that in the 70s of just go in a circle on a turntable. That's what they should have done in the Fab suite. Because that's the kind of setup that it is. So anyways, there's no door in it, but you do get 2 bathrooms, which is really cool. You get that full bathroom that's gorgeous with the marble and everything. And then you get a powder room, basically, just a sink and a toilet, which is nice because then your guests can go in there. But we had 88, back to my 88 women in there. We had 88 women in there, and we never felt like we were smushed or anything. We had the best time in there. And people were on the balcony. They were in the room. It was really, really good. So we were very, very happy there. We had tons of parties in there. That was a lot of fun. And then I can't wait to see what we do in the Massive suite. I don't know that I'm actually going to leave the room. I have to be honest. So if you have never seen the pictures of the Massive suite, we'll post them obviously as I'm talking about this. But there's a hot tub in the Massive suite. There's I think there's double hammocks. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like there is. There's like a sunbathing pad. There's this little thing that jets out that kind of goes out of the ship. So if you stand out there, it's almost like, think of it as like a hammerhead shark. Hammerhead? Is that the shark that has the two things on the side? Hammerhead? Yeah, they're telling me yes. I think of it as like a hammerhead shark. Each massive suite has this little, like, I don't know, plankish thing that kind of sticks out outside the side of the ship. So when you stand on it, you can like see almost, you could probably see all the way to the end. I actually have a picture. You can see all the way to the back of the ship. So the massive suite has really all these cool like things to it. Of course it should. It also has a telescope so you can stargaze. I'm using that thing. I don't know what the heck I'm going to be looking at, but I'm using it. Maybe I'll look at the people next door. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Maybe I'll look at it to go down the ship and see what's happening down the aisles of down the terraces of the ship. Oh my God, that's terrible. I don't want to do that. But anyways, there is a telescope in there, which funny, I wonder if it's actually movable. It's got to be like tied down. No, maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. And then there's this gorgeous round, cheeky couch. There is a second bedroom that has all the play fun things in it, all the guitars and PlayStations and all that stuff. And then there's, of course, the massive bedroom with the enormous bathroom. So I'm beyond excited to spend a lot of time in there and not leave. Honestly, I keep saying that we're having this girls' cruise and we're going to be out doing all these things, but everyone's going to be like, where's Samantha? In the massive suite that I paid massive amounts of money for, enjoying my suite. So if you can't find me, that's where I'll be. But I'm very excited about it for the massive suite. And like I said, we should do an addendum, an add-on. But let's talk about the Mega Rockstar. Actually, you know what? Let me talk about the Rockstar perks. So Rockstar perks are amazing. Because, let me see if it says that on here. Nope, it doesn't actually say that on there. So one of the really cool things is a Rockstar Lounge. So you get priority boarding, basically. So your experience is that you go up to this VIP door that's off to the side. It's not in the front. You do not go in the same spot that everybody else goes in. There is I don't want to say hidden, but it's off to the side. There's a big black sign that says VIP Rockstars. And you go and there's a clipboard. It literally is like going into a club where you're like, are they going to let me in? Like it says it on my app. Like I'm petrified. My name's not on this list, even though my app says Rockstar. Like that's the feeling when you're walking up. It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I hope my name's on the list because this is really cool and I want to get in. So they're standing there with a clipboard and they'll ask you your cabin number and they look it up and they say, okay, Samantha, you're in, go in. So as soon as you go in, there's like about 5 agents standing there. There's usually no line, no wait. They'll let you in, they'll check you in, and then they'll send you to the Rockstar Lounge. So you go through security, you go upstairs, and you sit and hang out and wait. Now, if you're deck 15, so deck 15 is all mega. If you're deck 15, you have a special seating area where you get to sit and it says deck 15. If you're massive, your name is on signs and you have a full special seating area waiting for you. So I can't wait for my name to be on a sign because that's phenomenal. So they have a seating area for the massive and then a deck 15 waiting area. Because what happens is, well, I'll say that in a second. So up there, they'll have the spa, they'll have spa reservations, they'll have shore things. They'll have someone to help you get sometimes they do this, but they'll have someone to help you get on the internet. And then of course the Rockstar agents eventually start to show up and start meeting you. Definitely deck 15 shows up. I wouldn't say all of them show up, but a lot of them come and greet their people first ahead of time, introduce themselves, show them who they are. Because what happens to that deck 15 is you get to go on first and then you go straight to your room. The only thing I don't love about that, and I will be honest, is that it feels like it's almost like, here's your room, stay here until we're ready to get to you. So sometimes you could be waiting a while. And I usually wait for it because I do want to talk to my Mega Rockstar agent or my roadie so I can make sure that they know exactly what I want, what I'm looking for, what I want every morning, what I want at night, what I want for snacks at 3 p.m. I want to make sure that they know that before I leave. So now it's done. Checked off. I don't have to do it again. But the problem with that, I think, is that you're sitting there waiting for them and you're missing time partying, basically, or not partying, but enjoying your vacation. So that's the one thing I don't love. So I do love that they've started bringing in the the Mega Rockstar agents. They're kind of meeting their people beforehand and kind of talking to them that way, so that you're not in your room just waiting for someone to show up. So anyways, back to the lounge. The lounge also has drinks. It has snacks. Not drinks, not as an alcohol, but it's just refreshments. I should say refreshments. But lots of snacks, really good snacks, actually, like your junk food. So if you want the junk food while you're just like late at night, grab it before you get on board because there's not a lot of junk food on VV, in my opinion. American junk food, I should say, like, Doritos and stuff. You're not finding Doritos. Like, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So anyways, so then, like I said, back to the boarding process. If you're deck 15, you go first. If you're a Rockstar, you just wait for deck 15 to get on board. As soon as they get on board, they let you on board and you're next on board. There is no mingling with anybody else other than other Rockstars. The minute you get on board, if you're just a regular Rockstar, I shouldn't say just, if you're a regular Rockstar, you go straight to the SIP Lounge where you will meet your Rockstar agent. You are handed champagne the minute that you walk by. They're handing out champagne. You're walking by. You get to sit in the SIP Lounge and wait for your Rockstar agent to come up to you. Your Rockstar agent will approach you, which is cool because they have pictures of you and they can see who you are and they've studied your face and they know exactly who you are. And they come up and they go, Samantha, I'm your Rockstar agent. And you're like, oh my gosh, how did you know? It's like the craziest thing on the planet. And then they, chat with you about what you need and what you would like to do and all that stuff. So that's how your Rockstar experience is. And then once you're done with that and you've met your Rockstar, you've made your bookings, whatever it is that you need in that area, whatever else you have any issues with, you go to your room. Now, you don't have to follow that pattern, of course. If you're, a returning sailor, you can follow whatever pattern you want. I can't say that I always do that as a Rockstar agent, but it's a Rockstar sailor. But I will tell you, as a Rockstar, that's your best way to meet your Rockstar agent is to go to that SIP Lounge because that's where they all are. And then you may not meet them if you go straight to your room, only because there's just so much going on and they have so many rooms that they handle and I wouldn't say you won't meet them. I mean, that day. And depending on what you do, basically, I don't know if you're in your room, they're probably going to come knock on your door when that is over, when the whole SIP Lounge meet and greet is over. They'll probably come knock on your door. They definitely come to try and find you, but I will say it's going to be much more difficult for them to find you if you don't meet them at that Rockstar SIP Lounge meet and greet. Now back to Mega Rockstar. Like I said, you go to your room, they come in, you tell them everything that you want, everything that you're looking for, what you want to do, and then you begin your adventure, your voyage, your sail away. So that is your onboard experience, your onboarding experience with the Rockstar. It's definitely different. The two experiences are different, but similar. So with Rockstars, you get, and this is all Rockstars, you get access to Richard's Rooftop, which there is a beverage cocktail hour, Richard's cocktail hour, every day at 5. I think it's at 5. Just check the schedule. But it's every day at 5. You can go up there and have the cocktails for free. It's 5 to 6, which is really nice. It used to just be champagne, but now it's cocktails, which is great. I love it. And then you get access to Richard's Rooftop up there. If you haven't ever heard me talk about it, you've never been. There are 2 hot tubs. There are 2 hot tubs, and the rest is just kind of lounging and just chilling and hanging out. It's great when it's breezy up there. Really, really nice. The other thing you get as a Rockstar is an in-room bar. It's a curated in-room bar, which means that you only get one round. Basically, one round of drinks on them. You can switch things out. I think it's 2. Well, that was the last time when I was doing it. You could only do 2 bottles. So you could switch out your tequila for vodka. If you're a vodka drinker, you could switch out gin for rum. If you're a rum, whatever it may be, you can switch it out. So you can switch out 2 bottles and then the rest stay. You can get any sort of mixers that you want to go with your in-room bar. And you can ask for any sort of glasses or whatnot that you need for your in-room bar. You do also get a bottle of champs, but they're mini bottles. You get a couple of wines and some beer as well. So that's your in-room bar. You do get early booking and priority access ahead of time than everyone else. So basically you get to book dining at 60 days and you get to book shore things at is it 145 or 135? Oh no, I forgot. I think it's 145. Maybe it's I think it's 135. Jeez Louise, I don't know. I'm can't remember now. So it's like it's either 135 or 145. Oh no, I feel bad. We'll correct that and put it across the bottom there if it's 135. I think it's 135 now. And then of course you get that Rockstar agent that's not dedicated to you particularly, but they are dedicated to help you. So the Rockstar agents come from the customer service background, so sailor service. So they do a lot of sailor service. Like they're like, what is it that you need? They'll help you with anything that you need to book, or maybe something that you forgot, or any issues you're going to have with your app. They're going to help you with that. So that's what's included in just the Rockstar experience. The Mega Rockstar experience is when it gets a little more, which is nice. You get a daily bar tab plus your in-room bar. So you get a daily bar tab where you can just go order drinks wherever you want, anywhere you want. Want a drink? Boom, bloop, bloop. I call it the bloop, 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 bloop. And that's done, paid for. So you also get, like I said, you get to replenish your bar as well. So it's not just one bar or one round, I guess, one round of bar, one round of bar like the Rockstars. You can, like, if you're, again, I'm going to go back to vodka. It's my favorite. If you're a vodka drinker, you keep drinking it, they just keep bringing you bottles. So it's nice. So that's the nice part. You get whatever you want. And you can actually request through Red Glove ahead of time. If you like Belvedere, which I do, if they have it on board, you can request it ahead of time and have them keep it in your cabin. So like, I don't like Tito's. I think that stuff is disgusting. I'm sorry if you like it. I can't handle it. I'm like, whoa. So you can request the Belvedere, like a bottle of Belvy in your room. I affectionately call it Belvy. I'm sure you've heard me say that. And then like I said, they'll redo your bar. You get daily spa access to the thermal spa, which is amazing. So you do not get appointments, but you get thermal spa access. So that's nice. You can go anytime you want. No appointment needed, no time needed. Just show up. Say, hey, I'm here. They check you in and that's it. You also get transfers, complimentary transfers, and complimentary parking. So if you drove to the port and parked, you'll get complimentary parking, or you get transfer. So if you flew in or you're staying at a hotel, there is a certain mile radius. I don't know it off the top of my head, but if you flew in or stayed at a hotel, they will pick you up and take you to the port on the day of. You get the Mega Rockstar agent that I've already talked to you about. That is a dedicated Rockstar agent. They only have about maybe 5 rooms-ish, somewhere in that range. So that's dedicated. There's someone always around. If they're not available, you get somebody else's Rockstar agent. So it's pretty good. Like, the service is amazing. They'll do whatever you want. You name it, they do it. Obviously, within reason, they do it though. I mentioned the bottomless in-room bar. They call it bottomless in-room bar. And then premium Wi-Fi in the Caribbean. So they'll give you the premium Wi-Fi with your Mega Rockstar. So those are your perks with Mega and regular. I love sailing Mega Rockstar. You just get to know people. You get to know the staff. I can't tell you, when I'm not Mega, I go up to deck 15 all the time and visit all my people up there. Even the stateroom attendants, the cabin attendants. Oh my gosh, I love them. They're always great. They're so great. One of my favorite things, I think they're just gotten busier and busier. Back in the day when it wasn't so busy up there, they would all wait in the hallway and they'd literally greet you. They'd be like, "Hi Samantha, how you doing? Where are you going? How's dinner?" Like, I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, it was like welcoming you home. So I do love that about deck 15. You become a family up there. And like I said, there is not a sailing that goes by that I don't make it to deck 15. If I'm not Mega or Rockstar, there's not a sailing that goes by that I don't make it to deck 15 to say hi to everybody and just, say hi. Because I know pretty much almost everybody that's a Mega Rockstar. Not everybody, but I'm pretty close. So yeah, I love sailing Mega Rockstar. It's quite the treat. The prices have gone up. I will tell you that. I just had a client ask me about pricing. The Rockstar rooms never go on sale. There's no Rockstar sales. They're selling. So while you may not like the price, I promise you this, somebody else is. They are selling. That is 100% they're going. Things that we even thought, me as a travel agent, I'm like, oh, how is that possible that someone's buying that? People are buying it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I even looked the other day. I was like, do I want to spend 10 grand on a gorgeous suite for this? And I'm like, no, that seems like a lot. I don't think 10 grand's enough. It's not, nope. So I will tell you that, the prices have gone up, but, people are buying it. So, cause it's a great experience. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Oh, here's one of my favorite stories. It was my first time doing Mega, and David was our Mega Rockstar agent. I absolutely love him. And we left to go do something, probably Key West, I think, or somewhere. And he said goodbye to us, and then we come back upstairs, and there he was standing there, and he goes, "Welcome back, ladies." And he walks us to the room, and he lets us in, and I go, how did you know we were here? And he goes, I know everything. And I was like, oh my gosh. And G2 has actually found me. He couldn't find me. He was like shocked that I was out of my bed as early as it was. So G2 is one of my Rockstar agents that has carte blanche. Him and Matthew can come in whenever they want into my room. You need to get in the room, get in the room. Just knock first, whatever. I'm really okay with that. I don't care because that's how well I know both of them. So G2 has carte blanche. So we're in the girls' cruise last year, and he knew that I'm a bit of a kid when it comes to what I like in the morning. I like a good hot chocolate. I don't drink coffee. This thing on coffee would not be good. So I hot chocolate, and I like a breakfast sandwich. So he would bring that to me every morning to get me started because he knew I had to get moving because of the girls' cruise. So anyways, he comes in with our meal. Well, we didn't warn him that we were going to yoga for our girlfriend that teaches yoga. So he comes in and he's like, the room's empty. Like, I can only imagine the look on his face of like how this room was empty. So he comes, he's like, the room's empty. And so he went hunting for me. Well, I don't know how he found me, but you see him up at the perch doing yoga, and you see him walking by on the track, and he's like, and it's the funniest thing on the planet because he's like, I found you. And I'm like, this is hysterical. So I'm like, how did you find me? He's like, I can find anybody. I'm like, oh, G2, you crack me up. So anyways, and he's waving because he's like the cutest thing on the planet. He's like waving at us. So anyway, those are my and then my other Mega Rockstar story that I tell all the time is that my very first Mega Rockstar, again, David, we had a party in the room. We got a little wild, little rock star-ish, and there was pretzels all over the ground, smushed into the ground. Someone dropped Coke all over the floor. Like, what happened was the Coke had spilled out of the thing, and it just, of course, exploded. And, we got a thing and wiped it up, but we didn't have anything wet to wipe it up. I mean, we could have used water, but, we had no cleaning solution. So we just kind of used the towel and kind of wiped it up. But I mean, there was pretzels everywhere. I mean, this place was it looked like the Rockstars had a party. Like, I mean, it was a disaster. Okay. So we head out to go to Sail Away, and we see David, and this is literally my first time being a rock star, and I felt awful. Like, even as drunk as I was like, I'm such an asshole. So I look at David and I go, so I'm apologizing now for this disaster of a hot mess you're walking into. I'm so sorry. It's literally, I think Virgin had been sailing for a month in the US at this point, like 1 month. It was only the second, into the second month they've been sailing. And this poor guy probably is like, what? How disgusting are these people? So I apologize to David profusely. I'm like, we're running to Sail Away. I'm sorry. I'm like, please forgive me. He's like, it's okay. It's all right. It's fine. Like, he didn't even care. He's like, it's fine, ladies. It's fine. Come. But I'm not kidding. The place was an absolute disaster. So I'm expecting to see, little crumbs here and there. Like he cleaned it up, but I figured it was going to be just still kind of messy. That place looked like I had just walked into it from a couple hours ago when I walked in, and it was pristine and brand new. I was like, what? Oh my God. It was amazing. And it was funny because I'm not kidding you. That place was a disaster. And so I was like, what the heck? It was the coolest thing. So of course I tipped him very well, and thanked him profusely and apologized for my messy friends. And, we're still friends. Thank God, David and I don't get to see him as much though, because he hasn't been on board as much. But what I was gonna say, I do tip with Rockstar. I will say that it's not required. They don't expect you to. They get paid well. But fact of the matter is that I feel like if you're handling me, you probably should get paid. So I at least know I'm a handful and tip accordingly. But yeah, I tip my Rockstar agents because listen, I think a lot of them do go above and beyond, and there are things that I ask for that probably aren't normal, and they try to make it happen, and I appreciate that immensely, and I'm going to make sure you understand that. So again, don't feel obligated. You don't have to tip them, but I do. So I'm not telling you what to do because everyone is crazy over that, tipping or not tipping, but just know that that's what I do. So yeah, so that's kind of my Rockstar experience. My regular Rockstar, I've had some great regular Rockstar agents. I won't name all of them, but Rosa, obviously you saw the interview. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and look at that one. She's phenomenal. She's up there in Rockstar agents. She's amazing. And again, I've had a ton of them, so I'm probably forgetting I'm forgetting one of my favorites. Roxanne is actually one of my favorites as well. But yeah, Rockstar agents are awesome. So you'll love that experience as well because they help you out with anything. And I will say that with Rockstar and not Rockstar, so if you're not sailing Rockstar, you can also do this. Use your app. Talk to your Rockstar agent that way. If you don't see them in the day, tell them what you need. If you're having issues with things, that's what they're there for. Don't misstep that experience. Don't mess up that experience. Use them. That's why they're there. So if I'm having an issue with an app or I've needed someone to fix something with pricing, of course, I'm going to say, hey, Rosa, they overcharged me, 2 things on this, whatever it may be, 2 drinks that I didn't drink or whatever. She's like, all right, let me figure it out. So she does that stuff for you. So, yeah, use them. That's what they're there for. So anyways, that's my Rockstar experience. I hope that it helped you choose whether you want mega or regular, and hope to answer some questions on rooms. We'll try and post some pictures with this, but I will leave you with our favorite phrase in just a second because I do want to remind you that if you're on Facebook, come join us at Virgin Voyages Cruise Tips and Deals and follow me at Samantha Fabulous Adventures Travel on Facebook, and I'll leave you with my favorite phrase, which is you float our boat, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.